also never been a billionaire that was like, that got there and went, oh, everyone should have access to this feeling. They all want to keep it to themselves.
No, I mean, Warren Buffett does that. I think he's a good billionaire. Oh, Chris almost hit me, America. I saw your eye twitch.
In here, I have an ulcer or something in here.
Nope,
it's
John
when
Wayne.
food goes through, it hurts the ulcer, and then if I get backed up, it like keeps pressure on the ulcer. So it
you gotta get rid of that ulcer, man.
Yeah, I gotta do a lot of things.
Yeah.
Welcome to the podcast. Old men problems.
Excuse me. You're only as old as you feel. All right, we're not old.
How old do you feel?
I don't know. Old enough to feel it. Old enough to feel your existence. I feel good, man. I don't know. I got a birthday coming up, but I feel good. I'm trying to stay positive, you know.
Yeah, I've decided what this year is gonna, like, what I'm working on all year. I have a plan for the next year, so I'm less depressed about 45 than I was. Yeah, I've got my goals for the year and what I'm putting my energy into.
I put up a goal list myself. I actually got to cross off a couple. I've actually done a couple things, but yeah. I was just talking about that to Chris. I'm about to hit 10 years in comedy here in about a month, and I really want to get more established as a comedian and really get out here and be the gadfly and talk about what's going on in the world as this ship goes down the drain. I just hit 14 years in February. Yeah, and do you celebrate yours? I didn't see that anywhere.
I didn't celebrate. At this point, because
I'm a ham, dude. I'm gonna tell the world.
Well, 10 years you should. I think I did when it was 10 years, but I was barely doing it when I was at 10 years. Yeah. Like, I've tried hard maybe 6 of the 14. The rest of them I was just learning how to.
You treating this like a marriage?
Yeah. A lot of those 6 are the last. Are the last 2. So no, I would say my first 2.5 years in Columbus, I was like 7 nights a week, like open mics. And then when I moved here, I took some like 6 months off, and then I kind of got established in this scene and was out all the time for a few years.
How was it coming back after 6 months?
It was fine. I had moved. I was like really busy and settling in, and was going to custody court and shit. I was focused on other shit.
Yeah.
I won custody. I wasn't. Nobody was suing me. It was.
Get the fuck away from my kids. No, you don't understand. I was out back peeing. I wasn't.
No, they were mine, and I won. But yeah, I took maybe it might have been more than 6 months. It was like 6 months, not at all, and then I was kind of like once a week or twice a week.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just been phases off and on. 2019, 2020, I didn't do shit outside of roast battle. But we've been running that for 10 years now too. So
wow. The pandemic definitely fucked up my momentum, as opposed to everybody else who.
It seemed to have given a lot of people more momentum for some reason.
Well, a lot of the worst people. If you caught that wave of, Chicken Little, the sky is falling, and everything's bad, and we were set up, and blah blah blah.
The Jim Brewer. bullshit.
I mean, ain't some of that in the Epstein files like that they were talking about that he had his hand in COVID too?
There was something about one of the scientists that discovered it, or there was some weird Mossad thing, yeah. Something like that.
Maybe the conspiracy theorists were right again.
Don't sue me. I'm guessing. I'm
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
No.
It's all allegedly until it's all over your face.
No, it's two things can be right at the same time. It could be all part of this, government culty shit. And then also too, it was a pandemic to where a lot of people just acted like an ass. So
yeah, I mean there were a lot of things, going on.
Yeah, a lot of things going on at once. I think that's one of the things too.
However you think it started, once it was here, it was still up to people to like try to not spread it. Like you can't deny it was here. I work in the funeral industry.
Yeah,
I've heard the stories, and not just the stories of like people. You don't know how they died, but the spikes in deaths that happened, and like how all the funeral homes were making more money than ever.
Well, even that you can't. That's why I don't address any of that, because even with that, it's like then people go to like, well, how many of them had pre-existing conditions, and most of the people who died were either old or blah blah blah.
Like they they still should have not died.
Well, take care of yourself, and you wouldn't have to go through that. I mean, how much of my tax dollars should just go to a person who's just a piece of shit, who's not taking care of himself, to where like the common cold comes around and they just die. I mean, this is how these people think. It's this exceptionalism. It's this I worked hard, I pray to God. If you just worked hard and prayed to God, you'd be okay too.
Yeah, I in 2021 I did a call for my job where the neighbor told us, the two sisters, it's two sisters and a brother that live there. The two sisters are in the ICU with COVID, and he's upstairs in the hallway dead. And he's like, I tried to tell them they wouldn't get those vaccines. They insisted that it wasn't a big deal, so they stayed home until they couldn't breathe anymore, and kept taking that horse shit.
Keep hacking up.
And
myself right now.
I picked a guy up from out of his hallway dead that had ivermectin on his sink. Like I peeked in the bathroom, I was looking for a towel or something.
Here's the thing. I'm sure there's a Venn diagram of where ivermectin can help you with certain stuff. But here's the thing. What it's probably helping with is it's an anti-parasitic medicine. So what a lot of anti-parasitic medicines do to get the parasite out is it'll
make the whole system sicker.
Well, no, it'll work kind of like a steroid, and it'll make you anti-inflammatory, you know what I mean? And that does help with certain stuff. But if you have an infection in you, much like when you have a steroid, that just means that your immune system gets even weaker because it's not going to respond to something because you just told it to stand the fuck down. You know what I mean?
I mean, I'm sure all kinds
I'm oversimplifying this, but that's the why people would want to use something like that, because a lot of your body's response to stuff is just a lot of your symptoms is your body's response to stuff, and you think just because you tamp them symptoms down you're gonna feel better, and you're not. And on top of that, it's just an anti-worm medicine.
I'm sure that there's all kinds of medicines that we use for animals and shit that would do other like you could have other applications for humans, but they would be like way cheaper, so they don't tell you that. I'm sure that that's going on, but
but to make the long leap to do something experimental like that just for the sheer sake of saying I'm right,
because you heard
that's all it is.
Because you heard Joe Rogan say it, or whoever, Trump. I guess he was pushing it too. we got this stuff. It's called ivermectin.
Well, no, actually, if you remember, Trump was pushing the vaccine because he
wanted credit for it,
and it was Operation Warp Speed,
but the damage had already been done, and
it took a while because that was the only thing that his crowd would push back, and they would like boo him literally, and he was like, because I remember seeing a couple of those, and like, yeah, I pushed the vaccine. I know you guys don't like that. Like that's the only time that they
elderly people. It was right before an election, and his elderly voters were dying, and so he was like that was his motivation to get.
Yeah,
but
it's so it's so funny. That's the only pushback he's got. Like they literally have the Epstein thing now, and people are still behind him with Epstein. But there was like that.
You
vaccine, I don't know.
You can F kids, but you can't push a vaccine on me.
Yeah. Did I tell you about that guy who shall remain nameless, who is anti-vaxxer? I know through 6 degrees. But this dude's in the military, and all I'm thinking is like, you have more vaccines than anybody. The amount of shit that they give people who join the service, especially when you go overseas.
You get all kinds of malaria shots and all these diseases that we haven't had here for decades.
That's why so much of that is just so performative. It's just like, oh, okay, my body, my choice, and you join the fucking service for somebody to tell you what to do and inject you with more vaccines than I'll ever see in my life, even if I caught chlamydia 10 times.
They're also the my body, my choice or the wrong my body, my choice people. They're also anti-abortion.
Yeah. It's all about...
It's my body when it's convenient.
Yeah. Yeah, it's all about control of women. And with that, did we mention we're still at war with Iran?
No. We didn't bring it up.
We're at war. Who knows? Whenever this comes out, the war could be over. It could be more escalated. They just sent...
I think it's going to last until like November 12th or 13th.
I don't think it's going to make it that far, only because... I mean, it could. I mean, don't go...
No, you know what? I actually... here's the plan. I'm going to tell you right now what's going to happen.
Hit me.
They're going to do this for a while, let the gas prices stay up, and then around August, September... they're going to stop, and they're going to have a bunch of oil that they've stolen, and they're going to flood the market with oil and go, oh, look how we dropped. The Republicans dropped the gas price for you. I think that's what this whole mission is they want
more
oil
than that. This
I mean, they're killing 100 birds with a couple of $9 billion stones.
Oh, my God, yeah.
But, it's all parts... if you're them, it's not a bad plan. They get to murder people. They get to do all their favorite things.
Yeah, that's still a pretty
They get
bad
distraction
plan.
from Epstein. They get to kill more kids. They get to
we made sure that was our first one.
they get to participate in history.
Two things they hate: education and women.
Yeah, they get to participate in history and leave their little legacy on a war that's been going on since the 70s. This is like all still part of the cycle that Reagan went in there with the Contras and all that shit. It's all just decades old bullshit, but it's shit that Trump has probably been watching this whole time and had a bunch of opinions on.
When we installed the Shah into Iran, because they were one of the more progressive countries in that region up until then, and then they overthrew the Shah in the 70s, and that's when they put the Ayatollahs in there, and that's when the hashish thing started. Yepper. And you want to know a fun fact about the hashish thing?
Only
the Iranians let the black people go.
And the women.
Yeah. They were like, your country's so fucked up, I'm not going to inflict any more pain on these people who you already treat like shit. So shout out to my Iranian
They're comrades. Like, send them back home. It sounds worse.
You know. Yeah.
I saw a video on that the other day. They kept one black guy because he knew how to decode some. He had information that they couldn't let
was
go
his name
back.
Clarence Thomas.
No, they did. They couldn't even. They didn't even know he was one of the black guys.
Was that his heel turn? He used to be progressive, and then something. We've talked about this. Every conservative has their origin story to where they get rejected out of the thing, and then they're just like, oh, they made fun of me.
They probably got him with the old, you see, the real racist are the ones that do blah, 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 blah.
Well, and then the other thing, too, is isolate and then elevate. Isolate you from your people and then elevate you to this job. And
he's got an ugly-ass white wife, too.
Oh, yeah. Dude, man, like, back then, like...
Jenny Clarence. Is that her name?
She looks like a hippopotamus. Like, back then, like, to get a white woman, period, you know what I mean? So, you know, she was still like, you know, that was his Marilyn Monroe. But no, they isolate and elevate. So they elevated him to this stature and then made him believe that he got there through his own merit. And then that's what helps to do that divide and conquer, because then people like that look at their own people like, look how hard I worked, and this is it. I'm the first whatever in this, and if I can do it, you can't too. And that's where all these fucking pick-me's come from. That's when you get any marginalized person who's in an elevated space and they start looking down on their own
It
people.
is interesting. Anytime, for the most part, anytime somebody's lucky enough to advance in life like that, they betray whatever their background is.
Yeah. Well, they literally have a name for it. It's called survivorship bias.
Yeah, it's because
it's
they
like
can't.
You literally think like, oh, I am this special.
And it's. I think it's also because they have worked really hard to get to a place that, like, they don't see that, and they get guarded about that.
It really
owning that, and
the human brain really is just that fucked up, man.
Yeah,
we're a selfish fucking lot. Like we really think. Can I tell you a secret? Can I tell you a secret, America? I was actually thinking about this during COVID because I got laid off and I was getting unemployment, and unemployment wasn't a lot. It wasn't, but it was enough to pay my bills, and I pay child support. So like it was, I wasn't even getting the full check I was supposed to because some of it was going to child support. But in doing that and doing it like consistent, and I wasn't having these up and down checks the way I was having it, I actually got caught up on my bills. And I remember being out and just like having money, like for the first time. I wasn't behind on bills, and I had like a comma in my bank account. It wasn't a lot of money, but like $1,000 some. I wasn't used to that. I was always used to having like $30 to your next check, you know what I'm saying? But I remember being in the store and just feeling like chin up and looking around at people and like just, and I could feel it creeping in, like this whole like like I have money, you know what I mean? And it was through no merit of mine. I didn't do anything, but I could just I could tell the people, like I could see, you know, the people who were you could just see the people who are kind of budgeting out.
I think there's a level of that that's not evil, where it's not a better than other people, it's a better than I've been.
Oh well, yeah,
and it's
but it's just the inclination as humans that we have, that to where it's just a slippery slope to where you can easily it's, and then that's another besides survival.
It's also just, it's a huge weight off your shoulders to just be able to just live. It's like coming out of survivor mode. Like there is something to that is healthy too. Yeah. If you're lucky enough to do it.
Cause I need to save money, and I don't have like a ton of money, but like this is the first time in my life, like my daughter literally had to get a few things, and I had to pay a big bill, and then I had to do this and that, and I could still go out and get something to eat.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a shame that that's where we are in this country, but it was like I could take the brunt of all those bills and still keep going. That shit would have put me
I've had a few
so much debt.
A few things where I've like I have credit cards that I keep paid up, or I'm working on paying up, but I'm still able to use them some too. And I bought my son a battery for his car because it died. Yeah. And I was like, and still had like I wasn't stressed about it.
Yeah.
Like, just, yeah, it is little shit that money helps you do. That's like not even like I still don't own a car of mine.
Same.
But like
cars are such an expense. I think that's one of the things that's helped me actually have money, just because cars cost so goddamn much.
Well, I had one and it got totaled, so I haven't gotten another one since. The insurance covered just the loan and shit, so
well, at least you didn't have to pay anything more.
It was still a couple. There was some stuff I had to pay, but
yeah, money does make you feel better, but I did start feeling a little kind of. I could just feel it. I could feel that shit creeping in. I'm just saying all that to say I'm not above it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I try to be aware of that. Like, as shitty as a lot of people are in the times that we live in.
You know what?
You can't isolate yourself from the possibility of being in that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You know what I think it is too? Is it's the difference between, like, I don't have to worry about shit for now, even when you do get there, versus like somebody that's like, I don't have to worry about shit ever again.
Yeah.
Like, those are the evil people.
Whoa, yeah.
Like, I think that's the level you get to where you're like, I can do anything I fucking want.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, if your house is the shit, and then you've flown around the world a billion times, you've ate the food, you've fucked the girls, you've done all this stuff, then you're just gonna wake up one day like,
kids.
Yeah.
I don't even know.
It's gonna start little, you know what I mean? It's gonna be like a little pet in the house, and it's gonna be walking, and you're just gonna be like,
oh, I can control life.
Yeah. Just little shit. Yeah.
That's the
come to my office.
The level of power.
Sir, you're fired. I've worked here for 15 years. You're fired. I have a family in my. Get the fuck out.
Yeah, I've destroyed them.
Oh, that feels so good. And that monster just grows and grows. Yeah.
Yeah, but I think anybody that gets to a point where it's like they're pretty secure, they never have to worry about anything again, is those are the people you got to watch.
Well, that has to be the evolution of the mind, because it has to be we have to have a way, an education to deal with that. It's like the we as humans, we do want to get to a state to where we don't have to toil and be in a constant state of survival mode, but there's obviously a mechanism in our brains that want to keep going, so we have to foster that energy and be aware that energy is there, and make sure that it doesn't go in a way of seeking pleasure through ways of conquest, and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Being on top.
It's just, it should be studied for sure.
It's like an energy there that wants to keep going. You know, you get what I'm saying? It's kind of like an empty nest thing. Once the kids are grown, there's a one that keep going there.
But there's also never been a billionaire that was like, that got there and went, oh, everyone should have access to this feeling. They all to keep it to themselves.
No. I mean, Warren Buffett does that. I think he's a good billionaire. Oh, Chris almost hit me, America. I saw your eye twitch. You're like, what the fuck did you just say to me? Again, there are people out there that think like that. Like, no, he's one of the good ones.
Well, I mean, they think Elon's a good, even like they throw George Soros around all the time. I don't give a flying fuck about George Soros.
One of
he
the
could
biggest
suck my dick too.
Yeah. Like he's this bastion of liberalism and progressivism. One of the things I hate the most about Elon, and there's a million reasons to hate that dude. And I just saw he's evaluated at like over $800 billion. I bet out of all those people,
he has trillionaire status.
He has no cash. All of his money is based on the evaluation of Tesla, and Tesla doesn't make any money. That's one of the reasons why it's going to devastate the economy. But I keep saying this. I can't wait for this AI bubble to pop, because all that so-called money that he has.
I think he's hacked away that like he's got unlimited funds and he just puts whatever number.
He has
on
unlimited access. I'm telling you. Well, remember this on this podcast. If we have to revisit.
Well, I know.
When that shit pops, it's going to
here. This is why I'm pushing back, because I think too many people make this argument when you talk about billionaires where they're like, well, it's not like they have it in their pocket. They have.
Well, no,
it's all in assets.
I know. Billionaires have a way to manipulate their stuff, and that's what they're all doing. But I'm just saying, Elon's doing it on a crazy computer geek level. Yes, because like Peter Thiel and all these other people, yeah, they're manipulating it, but they do have an amount of liquid that if everything pulled out, they would have money. His car company is Tesla is valued at higher than all of the other car companies combined, but when you go to the actual revenue, they have less than 10%, if not 5% of the actual. So it's so upside down that it's just a rug pull away from, you know what I mean?
Yeah, if those things
no
crashed for some reason.
Yeah,
but they've already
balancing
bought
something on his nose and it just won't fall.
But they've already. I mean, they've got their billionaire bunkers locked down, and they do whatever they want. In the meantime, I think. Have we ever seen that happen where someone was just worth like that much money and then something went wrong and they weren't?
Well, not that much, but there was that.
Besides like MC Hammer,
there was that lady who was in charge of that biotech company. I could Google it. I forget. But it was this blood test that was supposed to be able to, detect any disease like in a short amount of time, and then it got this evaluation for like billions of dollars, and then they found out, it was a Ponzi scheme. And then there was this other guy, which he actually just got pardoned by Trump, but he had this electric truck company.
So like some of the companies that are like shell companies and shit like that.
Well, no, these were companies that were doing something, but they were over promising to investors, and that's how they got. And again, the exact same thing that Elon's doing. This thing that he's been talking about with self-driving cars, and we're going to go to Mars and all this other shit. He keeps stumbling over these dates. They use self-driving cars like in Austin. I saw them. Well, they have Wamos because they utilize a different technology. Elon, because he's a cheap piece of shit, he only wants to use the LiDAR. He doesn't want to use the other type, because there's two types that you need to use in those cars for them to be effective, and that's why his company's getting sued, because if there's a mirror or another thing, the type of shit that he used, it can't detect that. And he didn't want to use the extra shit that the other companies and Wamos and shit use, just because it'd be bulky, and of course it'd just be more.
I've heard the Wamos are a lot of they're remote driven too. They're not.
Well, yeah. Well, that's the thing with a lot of this shit. There's somebody in Southeast Asia that's, you know what I mean,
or a prison somewhere.
Yeah. I mean, they said they were doing that with stores in New York City, to where like when you go to check something out, and the people who are digitally working there, they're actually working from another country, and that's how they get around minimum wage laws.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Billionaires are horrible.
That is how they're gonna solve their America First problem.
Yeah. Oh yeah, this place has been the heist is the gold's already gone. Somebody was saying that the gold in Fort Knox is gone. Like whoever stole this shit. Did you see BlackRock? Some people who tried to liquidate their assets, and they literally wouldn't let them. And people are speculating because people have taken that money. Like we have just witnessed like the greatest heist in the.
Oh yeah, and he moved it all through crypto.
This thing that's happening with these wars and everything. This is just a big smash and grab. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They can give a fuck less about like this whole thing too, where all these. I get so irritated with people on my side, our side, or whatever. this is just a distraction. This is just no. It's a bunch of shit going on at the same fucking time. Do we really need any
distraction? The distraction is go ahead, release the files slowly while we orchestrate all this other background shit.
Yeah, and it's like you're still not going to know. And even if you do know at this point, it's like I remember that, like, being a kid, like
they're sitting at like there's only the hardcore Trump people are still on his side.
Yeah,
it's like a 70. Like most of these people are starting to come around. Like they're like kind of the middle.
Yeah,
you know, the people that think they're moderates.
Well, because at a certain point, I mean, it's. Did I ever tell you that thing about like my son's autistic and like I had went down the no vaccine rabbit hole because it is some compelling shit, you know what I mean? Because a lot of people who have kids with autism they were like normal and then they just started acting weird, you know what I mean? And I went through that, you know what I mean? And it's hard to go through that, and then I started. This was the early days of the internet, the early 2000s. I would read up on all this stuff, vaccines are this, and thimerosal is a fucking mercury thing, and this is a neurotoxin, and all this. So I went through this whole rabbit hole of thinking like it was vaccines that had something to do with my son's autism. And one of the things that kind of got me out of that, which I still think it's like some type of environmental thing that's going on, because it's no way you can have a genetic spike in something, a disease like that.
I don't think it's a genetic spike. I think it's a thing we never tested genetics before.
No, but I'm saying I'm just saying the prevalence of this thing. And I get what you're saying, but to what I witness and a lot of people witness, there's a difference between the weird kids in class, which I was, and when somebody literally gives you eye contact and then the next day they just stop doing that. I think you would notice that, because I noticed it, and you know what I mean. People around them noticed it. But either way, saying all that to say, one of the main things that got me out of that is being in these rooms of people who are anti-vaxxers. When you start just hearing how they talk and all this other shit, you just kind of
like all the other shit they think.
You just kind of look around and you're like, and you just slowly back out of the room.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying, all that to say, that's what a lot of these Trump people are doing. They might have walked in the room with good intentions.
Yeah.
America healthy again. I'm giving these racist bullshit people the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
But they might have walked in the room for whatever good intention, but once they got in there and just saw the shit flinging, and it's just they're slowly backing out. Like
it's like the flat Earth thing. It's like, okay, let's say, like, what is the purpose of lying about what even is the conspiracy? Like, they're just telling us that because they think we like round things more. Like, what? There's no point to doing that.
It's like your mother lying that your father's uncircumcised.
But
he really is. It's
way.
Like, this really, either way, this.
That makes no difference.
You're putting a lot of energy into something. I really don't.
Yeah.
It's inconsequential.
That's ultimately, what is the purpose of this?
It's there. It's not either way. Okay. All right. You know a secret.
Yeah.
And ultimately, that's what those type of conspiracy theories are, is I know something you don't know.
Yeah, because it's, what are you going to do about it? Not
only do I know something you don't know, but it's deep. And if you knew it, it would shatter your world.
You don't understand.
But I know it, and it doesn't shatter my world.
It's not shaped the way they say it is. Well, why did they do that?
Are you ready to hear this? Are you ready for this truth?
Because they, round.
The firmament. You ever hear that term?
No. Yeah.
You get into there's a quasi biblical thing to all that, and it goes into creation, and it goes into Genesis, and it goes into
it's a religion. Of course, it's a religion.
Yeah,
thing.
the Garden of Eden. And
so it's
God.
even more like your mom lying about your dad's dick.
Yeah. The stork. It's like now we're getting super like fantastical, but yeah, it gets into that. I had a friend of mine who shall remain nameless because this is a really good friend of mine. But we were talking, and that had came up, and I was just like, and I didn't go down that road because I'm like, dude, I love this person. I'm like, I'm not gonna argue with you about this, but it is wild that it's one of those. It's like some zombies or Invasion of the Body Snatchers shit. Like, damn, they got you too.
Yeah.
It's wild.
It's the religion thing. Is it the religion thing? Because the idea is that like this is.
I know God's, 2 people, and one of them is religious.
God's creation, and this is where it's sent. This is the center of the universe. Like it's that kind of. Yeah. They just can't accept the idea that it's just a vast universe and we're one thing in it.
Well, it's a cold, hard randomness of it. You know what I mean? And people want to feel special. You know. And in a way, I do get that. More than in a way, I completely get that. But the thing about it is, the same people who subscribe to that thinking a lot of times also subscribe to hierarchical thinking and other types of thinking that's more detrimental to their existence. But
they put the preacher or a president above. Themselves.
Yeah, and they love to defer to authority. That's why they love authoritarian type states. It's a very like Tucker and some people on Fox News said it with Trump. They literally said "Daddy's home."
Yeah.
like and that's why you get into this homoerotic stuff and all this other shit. Like it's a very, that's why they hate gayness and they hate all this other stuff, because they know there's a homoeroticness to this. I love daddy's home. I love being told what to do. Yes, sir. Can I have another fucking?
It's even in a not sexual way, it is a very weird like they need a matriarch and a patriarch there. Like they need like a guidance, like they're trained to not be able to think without a structure.
And again, I think that's natural in a way, but I think that it seems to be more hardwired in them that if that isn't.
Loki, what's in that first Avengers movie when he was like, "You people long for dominance, and guidance, and a god to stand above you."
Yeah. Well, I mean, people have seen that. I'm sure you've seen that in relationships. I mean, I'm only used to like a guy-girl relationship, and it surprised me how much, because growing up with women, I looked at women as being these independent things, but like when I started dating women, how much they love to defer to you as the man. Like that was so like
it was
very counterintuitive to me, because I didn't get that, because I thought I knew women.
A lot of them think you're a big pussy if you don't.
Dude, I've been wanting to work on a joke like that forever. And I've heard
even like the most liberal women.
Oh yeah,
I know. Or like still. Oh my God! They still want you to act like a leader, even if they're not going to listen to you.
Famous comedian from Cleveland that I love, Mary Santora. She has a really good joke about being a feminist and all this other stuff. But like if she saw her boyfriend punch another dude out in her honor, like she'd get wet. And just to that point of like that's an instinctual thing that's in women. I mean, this is part of the reason they like bad boys and stuff. Well, then they do like to defer.
The theory carries over into the idea that like a lot of the Trump people are like white trash that had mean stepdads and abusive parents, and so that's what they think.
That's what
leadership is this belligerent, pig-headed, bull-headed kind of nonsense.
Just drunk, coming home, kicking the dog. Well, that's what I was gonna say. Even though as a man, I'm used to that with women. I'm sure women have dealt with that with men, and even in and other dynamics of relationships, just one person deferring to the other one, wanting them to take care of everything.
Yeah, it happens both ways.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It is skewed.
Yeah.
That fucking the way that, like, the idea of holding other people, anybody up on a pedestal is crazy, because that's one of my, I think we talked about it a little bit last week, but I love watching, like, history stuff, or like in a weirder area, some of the, like, documentaries on serial killers and shit like that. And when you see them and you have these images of, like, this monster, when you see an interview with Jeffrey Dahmer, he's a fucking dweeb.
Yeah.
He's just a nerd, like, just a fucking goofball that you wouldn't, if you knew him in person outside of that context, you'd be like, what the fuck?
Well, that's the fascinating thing about human beings, and that's why people have these relationships with certain human beings that are, kind of morally repugnant in a certain way. And that's what lets you know, like, certain abhorrent behavior is not too far from what you would say is normal. You know what I mean? That's a fascinating thing about being it's like being around somebody who's racist, or like Donald Trump. So many people who famous people who like him, and they be like, I remember when they were interviewing Geraldo and all these other so-called same people, but who were cool with Trump, and it was like, well, he was always nice to me. And you'll get that in guy groups, to where when we find out one of our friends are a creep and shit like that, and then there was the guys who stick up for him, like, well, he never did that. There's so many people who are able to compartmentalize their shitty behavior, and then that shit, you just never see that part of them, like, rage out like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But that dweeb, like fucking Dahmer, all these other people, they get alone in a room somewhere, and there's nobody to press the stop button with them. They just keep going. It lets you know how fragile life is. Like, even this shit that's going on with the country and Iran and shit like that, like, the fact that's how fragile all this is. The fact that you could just be crazy and it's like, oh, this is against the Constitution, this is against this. I don't care. Y'all go in the boats and y'all go there and do that. Yeah. And everybody's just like, ain't nobody gonna stop this motherfucker. And that's how rape happens. That's how murder happens. That's how robbery happens.
Well, and I think about this a lot too. Is like, people think, like, when you read history, like World War II, like what the Nazi, like when they were taking the Jews away and everything, people were just doing, like, normal shit during that time. Like, they were still just going to the movies, doing all the shit we're
it's like
doing
now. With ICE, when they write back on this time now, it's gonna be like both of those things existed at the same time, and people think it's not happening now because they can still go out and buy a yogurt, and like they're doing all, like, life in their immediate corner of the world still looks the same to them, so it doesn't. Well, and that's part of the reason for the setup, so that people will be complacent, so that the war machine can keep going. But shout out again to my peeps in Iran. One of the things that they're doing, some of the stuff that they're targeting, of course, that Strait of Hormuz, that's already fucking up the oil. But another thing that I saw that they've been striking are data centers. They've taken out. Oh God!
I'm gonna be honest.
More data centers.
I'm gonna be honest. If they were better at keeping this going, so we don't have to think about the war machine, I might not.
What do you mean?
Like, if Griffith didn't make groceries, so if the prices of groceries and gas and everything else weren't as affected by it, and they weren't doing, like, if they got rid of ICE and they went everywhere else and we're doing all this bullshit.
No, that's how we got here, Chris. That's how we got here.
I'm saying if they were better at it, but
that's how we got here.
It is. But here's the thing.
You're a Democrat. This is why fucking liberals suck, because this whole as long as my life is normal, I don't care what's going on, and that's how that boomerang comes back around.
Let me finish.
You shut your whore black mouth.
You didn't have to put whore in there.
Trying to soften the blow.
The point I'm making is that the administration right now is so incompetent. They can't even do that right. Like they can't even keep people like comfortable at home enough for them to do this bullshit. Because how many times? This is not the first time we've been like, oh, we're at war in Iran. Like we've hardly cared before.
Yeah,
it's just they're so bad at doing it now. And have no plan, like no
apology
nothing.
Tour, no hey.
And I take that back. I'm
check.
exaggerating. Obviously, people protested Iraq and Afghanistan, more Iraq than Afghanistan. I think there was a consensus that Afghanistan was a little.
Shit kept bubbling up, but that's how well propagandized this country is they make you forget about it. I mean, because you got to think.
Well, they did those in the wake of 9/11, so that helped a lot.
But shit was bubbling to the point to where, like, I remember Occupy Wall Street. We kept coming to what we thought was a precipice, and that shit would just get beaten back. I don't think people realize, again, the amount of all these 3-letter agencies that get involved with what goes on, and just with the propaganda and the manufacturer consent and all this shit that goes on. Not to go down too far down the road, but even the whole, oh no, somebody stole some drones from Texas, and oh no, Iran said they're going to do a terrorist attack somewhere in California.
Yeah.
Oh no, a synagogue got shot up in Michigan, and there's over 1,000 cop cars here. They're trying so fucking hard, dude.
Yeah, that drone thing I've been keeping an eye on. I've been seeing that all week. That there's drones. They say there's drones stolen from military base. They're offering a $5,000 reward. That's not shit. There's nothing. Those drones cost 90 times that.
They just admitted to where they were stolen from. It's impossible to be stolen from, so it had to have been an inside job.
A military base in Texas, one of the president's most friendly states.
And it's drone technology.
It's so obvious. They're gonna. Yeah, keep an eye on California.
No. And again, the shout out to my people in Iran. Shout out to y'all.
I'm gonna blame Iranians just like Christopher Lloyd did.
No, you can blame Libya.
Oh, they were Libyans. Yeah, that's right.
No, it was no. Every time that Iran attacks somebody, they tell them the targets that they go do. You know what I mean? So
yeah, they're very specific. Data centers and embassies.
Yeah, and the American bases, they're saying that our casualties are way downplayed.
Have you seen the video of him, one of the Ayatollahs saying "Death to America" means the leadership of America, and he's like Trump and Comer.
Yeah. They literally call them the Epstein pedophiles.
And was like, we have no problem with the American people. Yeah, and all that.
It's like they know it. Like, this place is a fucking joke, dude.
Yeah.
You hear the good news? No one's seen or heard from Benjamin Netanyahu in over 6 days. And the only video that they showed of him, he had 6 fingers and his teeth looked really weird, and people think it was an AI video, which means no one has seen him in over 6 days. It's rumored that they got his brother, and they've taken out a lot of Mossad agents.
Who did?
They hit a lot of our radar things, and they pretty much have weakened the fuck, if not knocked out the whole quote Iron Dome. Yeah, they surgically fucked them, dude. And the reason that they hit Dubai, UAE, and all these other places is because our specific trade-off with them is let us have our bases here and we'll protect you. And they purposely...
I feel dumb because I haven't really paid attention to what's actually happening in the war.
Dude!
Are we not? We started it and we're not even winning it?
Dude, it's really bad. I mean, we lit some of their oil shit on fire, but the way that their armed forces are, it's fragmented, so you can't like chop off the head and kill it.
I should have known.
If you take off one part, it's still going to keep going. And like I said, they're strategically they got the radar systems down, so that we can't track the missiles that they're using. They're using older missiles now. They're not even using the hypersonic shit that the Soviets and the Chinese sold them. They're letting oil go through the strait that's going to China, because this is our whole thing, is to isolate China and to get them out of this. And it's to the point to where in those Arabian countries and in Tel Aviv and in Israel, if you send video, you can be arrested and jailed for up to 5 years because you're panicking everyone. But the videos are still getting out, and Tel Aviv is getting fucked up. Like, yeah, they are a lot of those hotels in Dubai and stuff, they're hitting that too. And a lot of the influencers are trying to flee, and they're starting to show all this stuff. They're basically weakening the West's whole image and mirage of prosperity and freedom and all this, all while hitting people where it hurts, whether it be the radar, whether it be these data centers and all. It's very smart, and they're grinding the economies of all these places to a halt, because you already had the chancellor in Germany and somebody in the UK speak up like, we can't sustain this. You all are fucking up the energy for everybody.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. I don't see this going to the summertime, because if it goes to the summertime, that's World War III. You know what I mean? It did, but what this is?
Well, that's what they're after.
Yeah.
That keeps them in office.
Yeah.
I mean, for real.
But Jesus, the bar,
World War III
the bar is in hell if the apocalypse is the only thing that keeps me alive. I had to catch AIDS to keep from dying.
A world war gives him the ability to just call some emergency powers bullshit and postpone elections.
Do you know how narcissistic you gotta be a 79-year-old fucking rapist, murderous, cannibalistic, dementia-ridden guy? But you're like fucking Charlton Heston from my cold dead hands, just holding on to dear life.
Listen, I'm sure that's what he's being told is like, you know, this war, you know, we could get you another term and get past the midterms. Underneath it, he's being controlled. I mean, there's all kinds of other reasons that these guys.
Well, and at the same time, I think he knows he's not going to be reelected. I mean, because he keeps talking about, you know, not getting into heaven. And the other thing about this Iran war that's going on is, couch fucking JD Vance has been disappeared, and they already got him. I mean, a lot of the people who's in his administration, they were talking before this administration about how they didn't like war, but it's a lot of JD Vance, you know, on camera talking about that. And I guess behind the scenes there's been some friction because he didn't want to do this and he doesn't want to be a part of this, and he's trying to distance himself from this so when he does his run he can say he was the anti-war one. But I guess Trump has already been trying to sabotage him, so there's like some friction with that. So the kids are fighting. He
doesn't even want the next guy to be able to run.
Well, they say Trump is doing a little divide and conquer with old Rubio there, because Rubio is supposedly going to try to do a run too, so they're trying to prop him up. Did you see the speech that he did in front of him and old Hegseth?
That guy couldn't win.
And he spoke Spanish like, I'm going to speak Spanish. And then Hegseth went up like, I speak American because I'm a real American. they all hate each other. It's the only thing that's going to save us is just how comically retarded they are, dude. Fucking Pete Hegseth, like, oh my God, just
the dumbest guys.
I should have known that Nazi in a drunk's body. Like.
I should have known it was going well for Iran when Trump kept tweeting it's not going well for Iran. Because he's like the PR on this. He's writing like 3-paragraph truth socials about how well they're doing and shit.
Yeah,
which is always a sign that he's doing very poorly with something.
well, that was another one. I forget the guy's name, but he was literally in the middle of an interview, and they pulled him over aside, and they stopped it. Look it up. They stopped the interview, and they had him talk, and I guess he had talked to the president. When he came back to the interview, this dude was shook. He was fucking stuttering through the whole thing, and he's like, "Oh, the war's going well, everything's okay," and something like, "Oh," and then he said he would even volunteer his kid to fight. So that's why they literally took him in back and put a fucking gun to his head. Like, you tell them this fucking war is going right, and tell them you would send your own kid in there. Like, look this shit up. It's fucking wild. But we are in no yeah. To the point to did you see that other thing? Like we're asking Ukraine for help because they have developed drone technology so well in fighting their asymmetrical war with the Soviet Union. So this is all just karmic retribution, and like I'm here
because
for it,
Russia is pro-Iran.
Yeah. But also, Russia has us by the balls, and fucking Trump is so dumb that he's still sucking Putin's dick. So, and they just had that come out that
he thinks he can play it both ways.
There's leaks to Putin, and that's why even the UK and other people in the EU aren't even sharing like sensitive data with us anymore because they don't trust us because things are getting funneled to Russia.
What a mess.
It's also exhausting.
John, the Comedy Awards were this week.
I know, I missed it. Did you go?
Were you working or you didn't want to go?
I was working. I actually wanted to go.
Yeah, I went. It was fun. Me and Pope did a roast battle. So they wanted us to do a roast battle segment. Yeah.
Nice. How'd that go?
It stole the night, is my understanding.
Nice.
It went really well. Samantha Archwell had a really good set.
Nice. She's at Hilarities this weekend. She's super fun.
Got booked based on her performance at the awards.
Nice.
I don't know if it's the same one that's this weekend, but
probably. Well, she said she didn't find out to the last minute. So.
Oh, okay, yeah, then it would be.
Yeah, she's super fun.
I didn't feel anybody won anything that didn't deserve it.
Yeah, I didn't see anything. All I saw was Rob Coleman won Comedian of the Year, which was dope as fuck to me because to me, he's one of the best comics I've seen in the scene.
I was glad it was somebody that's been around for a while. If I'd have lost it to one of the new kids, I would have been a little hurt.
No, Rob is good. He's like a kind of, I don't want to say old school, but like
he's working
set up punch
shit.
like comedian. So yeah,
Rob could be the dad on a sitcom.
Oh yeah,
he's that kind of.
Yeah, he has that old school wholesome kind of feel to him. Give me a random award. Do you know who won like Juggernaut of comedy? That's always a
Cam.
One. Oh, nice. Road Dogg.
They brought back Rookie of the Year last minute, and Crystal Joy got it.
Oh, good for her. Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I've been seeing her around a lot. Yeah. The show that I have starting March 19th, she's going to be on it. Crowbar. Third Thursday.
I can't remember Road Dogg.
Doors at 8, starts at 9.
Nice.
Sorry. Always on the clock. Elijah hosted, right?
Yeah. Yeah, he did really well. He had a very good like opening roast of some people in the scene and stuff, and yeah, there were tons of jokes and references to Elliot.
Oh yeah, I was
like,
at I'm at Hilarities this weekend opening for the great Adrian Appalucci, and an employee of Hilarities whose shall remain nameless told me they brought that up. Just like, yeah, Elliot didn't do so well. I was like, Elliot came to the awards. She was like, no but
it was referenced. Yeah.
Oh, have we ever broke that fourth wall? Put that name on this podcast?
No, but I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
If you're not from here, you won't know what we're talking about. Yeah. But there was a creepy dude, and I told everybody he was creepy, and now he's real mad, and nobody talks to him.
Yeah.
Whatever.
You're making me mad.
I don't want
Get
to.
me so angry, I'm gonna strip down and
There's a lot more to it, but I don't want to.
I'm gonna strip down in front of you,
specifics on
Chris,
here.
and do some things in front of your face. And if you tell anybody, I'm just gonna let everybody know that I'm the victim.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
I was accused of being part of a Zionist plot against him.
Did you stand up and say nobody hates Jews more than me?
No, that's not. It's not true. One.
Wait a goddamn minute.
Two. I would never.
You fucking ribbon. Show your swat.
I would never say that out loud in this climate. I love the Jews.
Oh man.
What are you gonna do?
I don't know. Donate money to Israel.
Yeah, I can't remember all the. There were a lot less awards this year, so a lot less people showed up because there were a lot less nominees.
It did seem a little chiseled down.
Yeah.
I didn't see the full list.
They
but I
dropped
remember-
a bunch of them, and instead of having everyone vote on everything, they had like 5 main awards that they had voted on, and then they had some of the different production, like Follow the Crowd, Cleveland Comedy Festival gave an award. They asked imposters, which they didn't want to do it. They asked,
why not?
I don't know.
Oh, remember that year that I got up my panties in a bunch because I was mad they ain't no black people win, and it was that Facebook thread that blew up. But I remember imposters. A lot of the people there ended up winning a lot of stuff, so I could see maybe they didn't want to be as. I'm not telling too much inside baseball.
Yeah, I mean, whatever their reasons were, they didn't do it. But my point is, they asked all the main sort of, I think.
Yeah, the bigger producers.
Yeah, the bigger producers around town to present an award, and some of them did, and some of them didn't. But
I saw the Funny Bus was there. They're one of the bigger sponsors. Right?
Yeah. Bruton Creative was one of the sponsors this year.
Oh, nice.
So John presented an award. The ones to watch, he gave it to Pope.
Nice. Well, that's appropriate. Yeah, he's not blowing up.
Yeah, I can't wait for Pope to blow up so much that we never hear from him again, like Marcelo.
Dude. If they had a most likely to become Kevin Hart award. I always tease him about that now. Like, he's like I was going through Instagram one day, and it's just him in Spain walking around with a wrestling belt and just talking to random people.
That's the roast battle belt.
Yeah, and then I see him a few days later, and he's back in Cleveland. I was like, "Were you just in Spain?" He's like, "Yeah, I was just." I'm like, "Fuck you, dude."
Yeah.
Shout out to Pope. He's the amazing comedian.
He's hosting the roast
York
battle
show.
at the Happy Dog this year. Those shows.
Yeah, but definitely has a battery in his back. He's go.
Yeah. Well, I think that's the podcast for this week.
You don't want to talk about more murder, death?
I gotta pee.
There's a lot out there. It's the I Gotta Pee podcast.
Yeah. We're trying to think of some more types of podcasts. We don't have to talk about that on here, though.
We'll surprise them. We'll let them know.
Subscribe if you haven't, because we're going to be doing a bunch of new shit on this channel.
Like, share, and subscribe. The content is coming. The content is here. It's a backlog to look at. Look out for us. I got my third Thursday starting at Crowbar. This Thursday, March 19th, will be the first one. So everybody come out. There'll be some great people on the show. We're going to cultivate a good environment. Working on 10 years in comedy, so 2026. Besides Armageddon is pretty much our year.
Yeah, I've got a map for this year of working on comedy stuff and playing. I'm gonna do a special sometime this year.
Nice.
Yeah.
Do you know where you go film it?
I don't. Yeah, I'm gonna figure all that out in the next like 2 or 3 weeks, I think.
Yeah.
But Go to roastbattlecleveland.com for that. We got tickets on there for the, I don't know, whatever date it says.
A lot of irons in the fire.
Yeah, there's stuff happening. Subscribe and see what it is.
Yeah, you don't want to go outside. The world's shit.
Yeah. Okay, thanks. Bye.
Later, yo.